Last time I reviewed Adobe Character Animator, which is a great industry standard software. But if you're on a budget, no worries. Pencil 2D is a strong contender for anyone looking to create animations without big price tags. This is Pencil 2D. It is really good, it's free. If you're a beginner animator, I would definitely recommend trying this out. I just downloaded it, so you can go here and pick whichever one applies to you. This is the folder, extract the zip file, and you don't have to install anything. You can just click the exe. Okay, let's try to figure this out without watching any tutorials. This should be similar to any other animation software. So we have some tools up here. This is clear frame. Oh, so funny story. I was trying to record this and my mic wasn't plugged in, so here I am redoing it like an idiot. But I was like over here figuring out, man, you can't just like clear the whole thing. It's right here. The thing that I don't like, this is the pencil and the pen, I guess, and the brush. The brush is really nice. If you want to change the width, you have to go in here and manually drag this dragger. I'm using my Wacom tablet, and usually I could change the brush size, but it's not working. And even with the bracket tools, nothing happens. That's kind of a bummer. The stabilizer, right? So none. Now you see how when I have the stabilizer on, it gives you like these weird little lines like right here. But then that doesn't happen when you have the stabilizer off. And I can't really notice much of a difference between the three, so I would just keep it with none. This polygon tool is a little weird because it kind of just makes a continuous line, and then I was panicking, like, how do I stop the line? You have to press enter. This is supposed to make it with curves. If you do a lot of little lines, it could make a curve, but like if you do like that, nothing really happens. Maybe I'm just dumb and I can't figure it out. There's also a smudge tool, which it's interesting, but I don't know where it gets these other colors from. Where did this black and the red come from? Could make some pretty abstract things. That kind of looks like a fire, actually. So if you play with it, I'm sure you can make something really cool.
This display here flips the canvas. Overlay shows field center. Useful if you want to see the center of the canvas. This is fields of thirds, which is also useful. And golden ratio, very useful for composition. And also the action save title safe, which is very important. What are the settings on this? Oh, they have a lot of languages here. Oh, you can make it transparent, white, gray. What is this? Oh, texture, that's awesome. You can give it like a canvas type of feel. Maybe a grid could be helpful, and then you can edit the grid.
Oh, you can autosave. Oh, and you can change how many modifications you can make before autosaving. That's actually really cool. Timeline, you can change the length of the animation. When on an empty frame, keep drawing on the previous keyframe. Duplicate the previous. Create a new blank keyframe. I don't really understand what this means. When drawing on an empty frame, create a new blank keyframe. So I was trying to do a bouncing ball animation. So before, I was panicking, like, what's happening? You have to add a keyframe before you draw. Because it made those two on the same keyframe. Create a new blank keyframe. So now when you draw on a blank one, you don't have to make a keyframe and then draw on it. It just automatically does it. This is the onion skin, by the way, and you can change like how many frames ahead or behind it can see, and the opacity of the onion skin, which I thought is actually really cool. You can change the shortcuts to whatever the heck you want, which is really nice. They're actually over here too. Wait. The animation is not saved yet. Do you want to save now? This is the autosave reminder.
Ask again.
No, it's not saved. There's nothing to save. And then if we play it, which play is control return. Huh, not bad. What is the... Oh, and you can change the frame rate here. Why is it automatically 12 though? I feel like it should automatically be 24. Yeah, it's like why is it 12 frames per second like as default? To me that was just weird. Let's say put it 30 frames per second. Oh, you can also just click the play button. I don't know, it just holds the frame in this empty spot. You can add audio to this, you can add more layers. Oh, you know, let's play with this camera layer. Can you like move the camera? I'm not really sure how to like move the camera around. Say tutorials. We also have in Spanish and Portuguese. These tutorials could probably teach you a lot more than me right now. Oh, look, this is exactly what I was saying with the camera. Alright, so they're importing a background. Are they taking the camera layer? The move. Oh, I see. I guess then you can add the keyframes, right? Yep. And then I guess it'll automatically put the in-betweens. That's really neat. Look at that. That's exactly what I was wondering. Well, I mean, the software is really, really good actually. It took me a little while to figure out, but I mean, it's free. It's free and you can literally like animate on this. That's really cool. And I think this is great if you just need something, you know. I mean, it's free, guys. Like, come on. This is pretty good. They have a lot of options that you can play with, and you know, you can add layers, you can add audio, sound. That's great. What can you import? Images, videos, a GIF, palette, image sequence, image, a GIF, or palette. You can export. Let's see if we export movie. Awesome. An MP4 camera. Okay, if you have like multiple cameras, you can choose which one you're exporting. And the width. Oh, the resolution. Yeah, that's another thing that I kind of was like confused about, because this isn't like HD TV standard. 1920 by 1080. I feel like that should be the default along with the 24 frames per second. Okay. Yes. Yeah, my only critique is that the stabilizer doesn't really do anything, and you can't change the brush size unless you literally like drag this slider, which is kind of annoying. This polygon, I mean, what is it called? Polyline tool, sorry. I don't think the curve works properly unless, you know, maybe in one of their tutorials they explain it better. Okay, so in terms of accessibility, 5 out of 5. It's free and it's so easy to download. You don't even have to install it. For simplicity, 3.5 out of 5 because of the fact that, you know, if you've never animated before, you would definitely have to watch one of the tutorials. It's easy to wrap your head around once you play around with it. Flexibility to different styles. I give it a 4 out of 5. Because You could do a lot with it. You can import textures, and because it's 2D, everybody has their own drawing style, so definitely it could be different. If you want to get like a more 3D look, I'm not sure how well you can draw with this because the smudge tool is also a little weird. So if you want to like do a lot of realistic shading, not sure how successful that will be, but it's still a really good software. If you try it out, let me know what you think, and if you have any other suggestions for other software I should try out, definitely let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a totally awesome day, and I'll see you next time.